For documents, a statement of work, a brand guideline, a campaign brief, and a data privacy policy. This is exactly the document set that governs a global paid media campaign. Question is, can your AI tell you when a campaign brief contradicts a binding contract? Simple lookup. The answer comes back with the exact source. So section 2, 3 excluded categories. Document cited, section cited. If it can't cite, it refuses to answer. This is where it gets interesting. The campaign brief approved sports betting companion apps as an adjacency vertical. The EU desk regional director signed off on it, but the system flags two independent violations. First, the SAO section 2 strictly excludes gambling and sports betting placements. SAO section 4 says the SAO prevails over any campaign brief. That's a material breach. Second, the data privacy policy section 3 prohibits gambling adjacent behavioral inference independent of any consent mechanism. Section 4 says the DPP is legally binding and supersedes any campaign-level approval. The campaign brief had no valid path to approval. The graph found this by traversing for documents, resolving the authority chain, and detecting the conflict. A human reviewer looking only at the brief and the brand guideline would have missed it. The graph encodes the authority hierarchy, explicitly, not just as metadata, but as governs and supersedes edges between document nodes. SAO outranks the brand guideline. The DPP supersedes campaign-level approvals. Every answer is resolution-aware. This is the knowledge graph for these for documents. For communities, one per document. The cross-community edges you see here, those are the contradiction paths. SAO prohibits sports betting placements. Campaign brief permits it. Same target node, two opposing edges. That's how the contradiction is detected. It's structural, not keyword matching. Two open conflict nodes, each linked to the contradicting edges via has_conflict relationships. They're traversable, auditable, and surfaced in every query that touches related entities. Nothing is silent, nothing is auto-resolved. An analyst has to explicitly close a conflict. Before any user asks a question, PageRank already knows the most important entities in the knowledge base. The brand guideline scores highest. It's the most cross-referenced concept across all for documents. Statement of work comes in second. That ranking feeds directly into retrieval scoring. More central entities surface higher in answers. It runs natively via Neo for JGDS, tenant isolated, and persists on each entity node. 6-stage retrieval pipeline, GDS. PageRank runs natively in Neo for J. Scores persist on entity nodes, top entity back in under 2 seconds. Light and community detection partitions the graph into 9 clusters. The retrieval pipeline uses both scores, PageRank for authority, communities for context expansion, under 5 seconds end-to-end. Raga's faithfulness of 0.95, 380 passing tests across 3 isolated tenants. The domain config is a YAML file. Adding a tenant means writing a new ontology YAML, not touching the pipeline code. That's the platform. It's live, it's on your domain, and I can walk through any part of the architecture, or the Cypher queries underneath.